And welcome back to AllServiceNow Learning. This is Silvana, and today we will cover on how to display a info message or an error message through a client script. And I might do something else on how to read a field to read only through a client script, but the focus is primarily on the info messages. So, and if you like this content, please subscribe below and like it so that you can follow for more. So, anyhow, let's jump into the demo now. We will go ahead and go to a change record here. And the scenario will be that if the category changes to a specific category, the actions will be performed. So I have opened up another record here to explain how to do that and to see it in action. So in the meanwhile, how do we do this now? So the first scenario, what we will do is if we change the category, and let me actually set it up to something here that I will not be using. So in the first scenario, I will go ahead and set the category to other. And when other displays, then the work notes below will become mandatory, and info message at the top will say to go ahead and put an explanation into the work notes. So let's go ahead and create that client script from a change record. So we will go into the hamburger menu, additional option, and go down to the client script. So there are quite a few client scripts here on the change table. We'll create a new one, and we can call it demo. And to fill this out, we want to make sure we stay on the change table. We will switch the UI type to all, and then the type will be an unchanged. So a new field will show up that will let us select the category. So if category changes, then this code will run. I went ahead and wrote the code ahead of time to save some time. So I will explain it. So technically, it's just an if statement that says if the new value of the field category is other, so which means if it changes to other, then work notes will become mandatory, and an info message that says this category is other, please explain in the work notes will pop up. So let's test this out. Okay. Let me go ahead and open this new. Okay, so now what we will do is we will change the category field to other. And now as we can see, the blue message says this category is other, please explain in the work notes. Work notes become mandatory. If we fill that out, we save it, we can proceed without change. So that was the first scenario. Now let's move on to the second scenario. The second scenario will be if we change a category to service, then we will provide an error message, which are the red messages. So let me go ahead and show you on how to do that. And I have actually written the code for that as well, so that we can be more efficient. So technically it says if the new value switches to service, new value of category switches to service, then an error message will pop up that this category should only be selected in extreme situations. So let's go ahead and save that. We will need to refresh this. And now if we switch it to service, it says that this category should only be selected in extreme situations. And as I said before, another thing that you can do with a client script, if we were to switch category, is for the next scenario is we will go ahead and switch it to software. And if we switch it to software, you can, how I made the field mandatory for work notes, I can go ahead and make the description field set to read only. Let's go ahead and do that. So the way that you would do that is you would say that if a new value is software, to set to read only, description to true. So, and then you can also add an info message or an error message below that if you like. So, but for now, let's just stick to this and test it out. So we're looking for software. So if, again, if it changes, if category changes the software, there we go. Sometimes you have to refresh twice. So if category changes the software, description is set to read only. And then if you needed to explain why, then you can provide that info or an error message at the top as well. Well, again, I hope this helped. And if you had any comments, suggestions, likes, please comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.